Think about this for a second. A city with 75,000 people. It's got schools, movie theaters, huge factories, the whole shebang. But here's the catch. It doesn't exist on any map. Today, we're digging into the incredible story of the secret city built to end a war. I know, it sounds totally made up, right? Like something straight out of a spy thriller. But this isn't fiction. This actually happened. A city hidden in plain sight. Yep. Back in 1942, right in the middle of World War II, the US government did exactly that. They built an entire city, just poof, wiped it off the maps and kept it completely out of the public eye.
So the big question is, how? How on earth did they pull this off? Well, that's what we're going to unpack. We'll look at how this city was basically erased before it was even built. Then we'll see how it exploded from nothing into a boomtown. We'll dive into what life was really like behind those fences, and then the big reveal, when the world finally found out what was going on. And of course, we'll talk about the legacy all of this left behind.
All right, so let's start at the beginning. Our story kicks off not with some big explosion, but really quietly, almost like a whisper. We're in the rolling hills of eastern Tennessee. This is where a place called Oak Ridge was about to be born, completely in secret. And I mean, this place was designed from the ground up to be a secret. It wasn't just some sleepy little town. Every single road, every house, every lab, it was all built for one single top secret reason. A reason so secret, even the people who lived and worked there had no idea what it was. You know, the scale of this whole thing is just, it's mind-boggling. We're talking about the government taking quiet rural farmland and, in just a matter of months, turning it into a massive hidden city. So it all started when the government just quietly bought up 60,000 acres of land. To put that in perspective, that's bigger than the entire city of Boston. And for the families who lived there for generations, they got a notice that was basically, you have a few weeks to pack up everything and go. No negotiation, just leave. And the speed of it all, absolutely wild. In just about 3 years, this area went from a couple hundred farming families to a full-blown city of 75,000 people. We're talking scientists, engineers, technicians, and all their families. It was a population explosion like nothing anyone had ever seen. And get this is the crazy part. At its peak, Oak Ridge was the 5th largest city in the entire state of Tennessee. It was using more electricity than New York City, and yet, officially, on paper, it just didn't exist. So you have to wonder, right? What was it actually like to live in this secret city? Well, life behind the fence, it was strange, and it was ruled by some very, very strict codes of silence. I mean, secrecy was everything. It was part of your daily routine. You were forbidden from talking about your job, even with your own husband or wife. Your mail was read, your phone calls were listened to, and everywhere you looked, there were these billboards reminding you to keep your mouth shut. All anyone knew was that they were working on the project or the gadget. And this quote from a former resident just says it all, doesn't it? I just knew I was working on the gadget. Think about that. Thousands of people showing up to work every day in these huge plants, just turning dials, watching gauges, with absolutely no clue what they were actually making. They were just told it was important for the war. And you know what? That was enough. So what was the gadget? What was the point of all this secrecy, this entire hidden city? Well, we've come to the big reveal. The moment when the world and, the people of Oak Ridge too, finally found out the truth. The secret was the Manhattan Project. Oak Ridge was one of its most critical sites. Its entire purpose, the reason it existed, was to enrich uranium, a key ingredient for the atomic bomb. This whole hidden city was basically one giant factory, building the most powerful weapon in the history of the world. And just look at this timeline. The speed is just incredible. They start building in 1942. By 1943, the plants are running. By July 1945, the uranium from Oak Ridge fuels the first successful atomic test. And then, just weeks later, it's used in the bombs that ended World War II. It's an unbelievable pace. Okay, but here's maybe the most surreal part of this entire story. When President Truman went on the radio to announce the bombing of Hiroshima, he also announced the existence of Oak Ridge to the world for the very first time. Can you just imagine? You're one of those 75,000 people living there, and you find out what you've been doing for the last 3 years at the same time as everyone else on the planet by hearing it on the news? The secret was kept that well. So what happens next? What do you do with a secret city once the secret is out? Well, the legacy of Oak Ridge is just as fascinating as its creation. The city didn't just disappear after the war. Nope, it started this amazing transformation. It went from a top-secret military installation to a real public city. By 1949, the gates were opened, the fences came down, and Oak Ridge was finally officially put on the map. And if you fast forward to today, it's still a major hub for science and research, home to the Oak Ridge National Laboratory. You really can't overstate the impact of this place. This one single hidden city was ground zero for a revolution in technology. The work done there didn't just help end the war. It kicked off the entire atomic age and completely changed the course of history forever. And that brings us to a really interesting final thought. The story of Oak Ridge proves that it's absolutely possible to hide something enormous, something world-changing, right under our noses. So it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What monumental secrets could be hiding in plain sight right now?